Well, now let's look at Tekuma.
Hi, my name is Marwan Aboudib. I'm CEO and founder of Tekuma. What we're creating at Tekuma is the simplest and most cost-effective way to curate your space into a gallery, to really create an experience within this space. So we work as the middle players. We're similar to brokers. We're connecting artists and their artworks with property owners and their real estate. I decided to study architecture because growing up in a city like Dubai, I was able to witness its transformation from a desert into quite a booming metropolis. And I was very fascinated by how the city grew at such an unprecedented rate. I saw buildings as machines that could adapt to change, be responsive, and also I wanted to study and research how we can create immersive environments. So really, I even remember when I applied in my personal statement, I said, I want to design the world's best nightclubs and research hologram technologies. It was crazy, but I was like, why not? Whatever. My parents weren't going to allow me to come study in the US. I was just, whatever, let's just be crazy. And I did. I got in. That was one of the happiest days of my life. That was quite amazing. The first idea of Tekuma started about 2 years ago, where it was the end of the semester and all students presented their projects. Kuhn came up to me super excited. He's like, Marwan, there's a problem. All these beautiful architectural models are thrown in the trash because we have to clear out the studios or else we get fined. What if we were to take these models and create value out of it and take all these beautiful drawings and build a marketplace for student art? We went to IKEA, bought really cheap frames, and just printed the works. We held pop-ups across campus, and we never asked permission to use the space to have these pop-up galleries where we put up the artworks and share the stories of these talented artists. The first two were very successful. That was amazing. But the third was where we got into trouble. We never asked for permission to use the space, and so we got this really nasty email where it was, hey, who are you? What are you doing? What is this business? And we weren't even a business back then. It was just a project. We were just hacking, you know, that's what MIT students do. And then Kuhn came up with this great idea, which was, let's put one artwork in every study room, and next to each artwork we'll place a label. With that label, it will include the name of the artist, the story of the work, but it will also have a QR code. Scan the code, pay for the artwork, and just take it. A month later, we sold 7 out of 20, and we did nothing. The art sold itself, but that's where we realized that as trained architects, we know how to build value out of space. So we didn't just add value to the artwork, but for the physical space that the artwork was in, we created an experience. So even if the artwork wasn't sold, the experience of being in that space was much better. So we thought, what kind of real estate would need this? And that's when we thought about Airbnb. People were already sharing their homes, why not share their walls? And at the same time, they can get a premium because their space looks better. And we contacted 10 Airbnb hosts. Within 24 hours, if a host does not respond, their ratings go down. So all 10 hosts responded and 8 said yes, they were very interested. I still remember we put artworks in like plastic bags and just dropped it off at the address of these Airbnbs. We never even met the hosts. But then some of the hosts wanted to meet with us, and we interviewed them, and they thought it was a great idea. All this helped us get accepted into the MIT GFSA Accelerator. How were we going to get accepted into one of the most elite student accelerators in the world? And the reason why is because we weren't thinking too much. We were just executing and learning from our mistakes. Yes, we didn't have the technical skills. We did not have the business skills, but we did have the creative skills to at least convince people that this is something they want and need. We knew what it's like to be an artist because we're designers ourselves. We knew what it's like to be a traveler because we travel. But what we did not understand was, what is it like to be an Airbnb host? We signed 2 leases in Cambridge and put them on Airbnb. We wanted to know, what is it like to be a host? And by doing that, we pivoted our business model to cater to hospitality hosts, Airbnb hosts, because we realized that all the value that we were giving, the host was receiving the most value. And today we have 3 Airbnbs in Cambridge as our test labs, and that's how we've bootstrapped the business. Yeah, we never put $1 in the company because we relied on revenue from our Airbnbs. We even turned something qualitative and we got quantitative data. We did A/B testing where we staged the apartment with art and one without art, the exact same apartment. The one with art had more views, more booking requests, and way better reviews. This value could become the return on investment for our customers. And now we want to bring art to all hospitality spaces worldwide and create them into beautiful micro galleries. I'm learning so much. I'm learning how to hire people, how to get people passionate about our mission, and also how to coordinate the team. We're all on this one ship that has, its destination is not super clear, but we're on it and we have to work together. It's amazing. What you learn when starting a company is, you'll never learn it in school, and you'll just learn it by executing. There are 3 of us now at Tekuma. Kun handles the technology, and he taught himself how to code. He's an architect, he's a designer, he also studied real estate, but we realized as a company, we need to understand the technical skills that we don't have today as a software company. Naomi joined us, she was our first team member. She manages our operations, she's our COO, and even though she doesn't have the experience to be a COO, it doesn't matter. She's been doing an excellent job coordinating between the artists and the Airbnb hosts. We're bringing more arts and culture into our everyday lives. You do not have to go to a gallery, but the gallery comes to you. You might be entering an office, a store in a shopping mall, or staying at a hotel or Airbnb. And all the art around you is actually done by someone. And you could read about their stories. It's no longer color on the walls, but it's an experience. It's an authentic, personal experience. And there is social impact behind Tekuma's mission, because if we're able to share all these stories and craft a beautiful narrative within these spaces, we know that we're helping careers of these emerging artists. All these established artists today started somewhere. And we think that if that somewhere could be Tekuma, we'll be very happy that we did something right. So yeah.